I wanted to talk about my AR10 build that we did 2 years ago. I believe we had 7,000, maybe 6,000 subscribers when we did this video, and we're about at 182,000 as of the date of today. So that means there's 175,000 of you that have probably never watched this. This is the battle rifle build. I didn't really want to build an AR10 for just long range, and I didn't want to build one for close quarters combat either. I wanted just a dual purpose battle rifle build. However, there's a couple of things that I would do differently moving forward, knowing what I know now. So let's dive up close. Let's take a look at it in its current configuration, talk about some of the parts and what I think about them. Then we're gonna go over some of the range footage and anything that I would do differently. So this is the AR10 that I built 2 years ago. Like I mentioned earlier, we're gonna talk about some stuff that I really wish I would have done differently with this build. And we're also gonna talk about whether or not I might build another one in the very near future. I've only have about, I think 1,100-ish rounds through it because it's stupid expensive to shoot. Fortunately, you know, a lot of that ammo was sent to me by various companies. It didn't cost me $1,100 to shoot this because the rounds do cost about $1 a round or so. Now, I wanted to talk about how this is wearing and tearing so far, and then I also wanted to cover any future modifications that I'm going to do to it. For you guys that didn't see my old build video, I did a complete series on it and a full tutorial that is no longer allowed on YouTube, but I'll link it up if you need a tutorial on this. I've actually had no issues with this gun. AR-10s tend to be a little bit finicky in cycling and things like that, and a lot of it is due to ammunition. The first type of ammunition that I had was this type that was made for a 308 bolt action rifle. That was actually sent to me by mistake by the company. I told them I had an AR-10 and they just sent me the wrong ammo. And then sometimes some of your remanufactured ammunition doesn't want to cycle, but as long as you get factory new, or maybe if you're good at hand loading ammunition, that would probably be a decent idea. Now let's start at the front and we'll work our way back. So this is the Aero Precision M5E1 Receiver set and handguard. This one is in their flat dark earth. I love it to death. The lower, although it is a forged aluminum, it has the look and appearance of the CNC, which I absolutely adore. But starting at the front up here, I originally had the VG6 Gamma muzzle brake on there. This is the Esteban, I think it's called a Super Comp, and it's made of titanium. It's actually super light. Have that on here. We're gonna go over the shooting footage here in a little bit. This thing shoots amazingly well, and I do believe I have a promo code for that, if I'm not mistaken. Also moving forward, I don't remember who makes this, but because this rifle is really supposed to be a dual rifle, you know, it's not really a distance shooter, nor is it like a close quarter shooter. But when I need a bipod, that pops out. You know, I can use it as a bipod. Now it does have limitations. There's no rotation on this or anything like that. And it also doubles as a forward grip. For the handguard, this is an M-LOK, and then I have a 16-inch barrel on here. That's Aero Precision as well. Moving on back here, we have the Atabal 3-12 illuminated scope on here. I actually really enjoy this scope, and it is amazing to shoot. Like, the clarity in it for the price, I think is awesome, and you get all kinds of cool little goodies as well as a huge hood up front. On the bolt carrier group, let's actually look at that real fast. So I don't know how much this video does this justice, but AR-10 bolt carrier groups are absolutely ginormous and heavy. This one is the Aero Precision nickel boron bolt carrier group. I actually did a whole video about bolt carrier groups and how to choose one regardless of what brand it is, and I'll link that down in the description so you can watch it after this video. But I love nickel boron type coatings because it wipes clean super easily. So this is 1,100 rounds later, and it's actually holding up quite nicely. I'm not really going to disassemble it right now, but you can see like the wear marks. I don't even see any hardly. So that's the bolt carrier. For the dust cover, I have this Strike Industries dust cover, and it actually matches the receiver set perfectly. It's made out of plastic, so it's a lot lighter weight. Not that that really matters because this is an AR-10. Then I have the ambidextrous charging handle. That's from Aero Precision as well. And then I have the Magpul Mo grip on here. It's not the special one, but this trigger though, this is an awesome trigger. This is the Geissele SD3G trigger. It is a single stage trigger. It has 0 takeout. Let me show you. Here's the brake. Whoa, that was way too quick. Reset, brake. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I do like their 2-stage triggers, but this is a badass little trigger. On the back, this is my favorite buttstock of all time. I mentioned that in my top 5 AR mods video that I did a couple of weeks ago. Which mods I do first. This is the Magpul STR. I love the cheek weld that you get on it, and then I love the friction lock. Let's jump up top. Let's go over any types of future modifications or builds that we're going to do to this or something else. And then let's talk about what I wish I would have done knowing what I know now. Back up top. That's what it looks like up close. I did want to point out that I am absolutely in love with these Esteban compensators. You can get these in stainless steel, but this one is in titanium. This thing shoots amazingly well. I was very, very surprised on how flat it shot. But the downside to this compensator is it's quite a bit longer than the VG6 Gamma was, but you know what? It's a lot lighter, so I'll take it. So 1,100 rounds later, everything is running very solidly. Like I mentioned when we were up close, the only issues that I've ever had with this were always ammo related. They were never related to the gun itself, and I've been running it with the standard, I think this is a 20 round PMag. This thing is a tank, but paired up with this muzzle brake and this Geisley trigger, you can actually shoot this gun very quickly. Relatively easy if you so chose to. And just so you guys know, I will have a complete build list. I will put that down in the description below. If you're watching this on YouTube, follow the first link. It takes you to a separate page where all the build lists are and things like that, because we're not allowed to put them on YouTube anymore. I will try my best to find promo codes for everything. I might be able to, I might not, but all that, just follow the first link down below. One of the biggest downsides to these guns is they are very heavy, and most of that weight is in the barrel itself. So knowing what I know now, I would most definitely invest in a lighter weight barrel. Now don't get me wrong, the weight of the barrel does help stabilize the bullet. This is actually one of the most accurate rifles that I've personally tested. It seems like, you know, within a certain distance, I can just hit whatever I'm trying to aim at. Now granted, I am not a distance shooter. I don't have the patience to be a long range shooter. I'm trying my best to cultivate that patience within myself, but it just hasn't happened yet. So I don't typically shoot beyond 100 yards. That's just, sorry, but that's just not my thing. However, at 100 yards, man, I have always hit exactly where I aimed. Granted that I had the scope zeroed correctly. The Addaball 3-12 scope is absolutely amazing for the price. It's a very affordable scope, and it is illuminated. So I've already done a full video and review on it, but I just wanted to tell you guys so far. So moving forward, what do we want to do different to this? And will we be building something else? So moving forward, I actually want to try to find another 16-inch barrel that is a lot lighter in weight. Now, one thing you should understand about the 308 round is 18-inch is actually their optimum barrel length. But I went with the 16-inch barrel because it was quite a bit lighter. Now, the reason the 18-inch is optimum is because that is the length that is necessary for the majority of all the gunpowder to burn before the bullet leaves the barrel. 16-inch barrels, you're gonna lose a little bit of velocity, and therefore you're gonna lose a little bit of your distance, but I was willing to live with that. So I'm definitely gonna try to see what I can find, and maybe I'll hit up the guys at Fax and see what they have, because this barrel weighs probably 2 or 3 pounds. Like, it's insanely heavy for a barrel. I wanna see if I can get that down to 1 pound, if possible. So that's what we're gonna be doing with this one. In the future though, I think I got something special coming for you. We're actually gonna build one of these in a pistol format. And I haven't decided if I wanna do 308 or 6.5, but let me know which one that you wanna see in the next build. Do you want me to do the same caliber? Do you want me to do a 6.5? Either way, I'm doing a pistol AR10, and I think that's gonna be epic. There's a lot of people that have been asking me in the comments of my other videos to do AR10 videos, and I'm like, dude, I have a ton of them that are just old as dirt, and my video skills are a little bit better than they used to be. But let me know what questions you guys have for me about this build or anything else. I'd love to discuss it with you in the comments. Hit the dislike button twice if you don't like this video. Thumbs up it if you do. Subscribe if you haven't already. But until next time, guys, I love you, and you guys stay sexy.